Hey guys, my name is Don and welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my workshop, and welcome back to another episode where I attempt on building a motorhome from scratch. Guys, let me jump straight into it and I'm going to show you what I plan on doing in this video and we'll see how far we get. So guys, in the last episode I finished up making this aluminium frame, and the reason why I had to make the whole frame was so that I could start fitting this fiberglass panel that's going to be the side panel for the cab area. These are what the panels look like. They're fiberglass, honeycomb, and they're going to sit there on the sides. I'm going to use the same material for the rest of the motorhome, but I really want to finish up doing the cab area so that I can finish that and maybe install the dashboard and so on. So I'll fit it over there and then just cut it on the profile and make sure everything fits and make an opening for the wheels and so on. But one thing that I really want to do is I want to install the side windows that I want to install into those fiberglass panels. I really want to use the existing electric windows that came with the Iveco, because the switches and everything are from the Iveco and they look pretty, and I want to use that, and I want to use these electric mirrors and everything from the Iveco. These are the doors that came with the Iveco. That's the one that took the brunt of the accident, but I only need the mechanisms and the glass for these Ivecos and maybe install them onto those fiberglass panels that I can install onto the motorhome. Now guys, the thing is that obviously it is not as simple as just removing these and putting it onto that fiberglass panels, because there's an insert where the glass goes in on the inside, and also this glass is curved ever so slightly, and those panels are straight, and the rest of the motorhome is also going to be straight. So I need to try and figure out how I'm going to install this whole mechanism with the glass in such a manner that it doesn't look crooked and weird. And I'm probably going to be cutting into the steel and using part of this frame just to mount it to the fiberglass sides. But I will not know for sure exactly what I'm going to do until I have opened up these doors and just disassembled everything and see what I've got to work with before I can start the installation process. So the first thing I'm going to do in this video is just going to take these doors apart completely and look at the window mechanism, the winding mechanism, and the tracks that the glass lays in and everything, and see if I can figure out how I'm going to install that into that using that. So let me get going. Okay guys, I have now stripped down both of these doors and that one did look a little worse for wear, but I was able to just push it back and then be able to get everything out from inside of this door. There are some parts that are a little bit bent, but I'm just gonna fix it. But guys, as I was taking it apart, I was hoping that inspiration would strike, and it hasn't yet. I still don't really know exactly how I'm gonna fit these doors to those fiberglass panels. So I'm just gonna continue procrastinating a little bit more and maybe cut these doors open or something like that, and then hopefully things will start falling into place, or I'm gonna ruin these doors completely. Okay guys, time for an update. I've now finished installing these doors, or what is left of the doors, on both the passenger side and also on the driver's side, and I've cut away as much of the steel that I possibly could without interfering with the structural integrity of these doors and of the window mechanisms and so on, or I hope so. And coincidentally, these door openings are exactly the same size as what the original cab was, so I was able to use these bolting spots, or these spots where the hinges was on these doors, and bolt it straight onto the new cab, and also there by where the latch is at the back, I was able to bolt it onto that pole over there, making it much stronger. So guys, now the next thing I'm going to do before I start installing this side fiberglass panel is I want to try and get the window and the window winding mechanism and everything installed, and make sure everything works and goes up and down before I install these side panels. And I'm also going to leave room on the inside, so I'll be able to service it from the inside and remove anything that I ever need to. So I'm not going to fiberglass or close up anything that I won't be able to reach afterwards, but it's just much more convenient to work on it as it is now. And I have a sneaky suspicion I'm gonna have to move this passenger seat inwards just a smidge, because it seems very close to the sides, but that's not a problem. So let me see if I can start working on installing these windows and the winding mechanism, and maybe in the next scene I'm gonna have a set of working windows. guys, check it out. What an amazing milestone. We have got electric windows. Look at that, guys. Works absolutely perfectly on both sides, the passenger and the driver's side, and it is looking absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that this worked out, guys. I was a little bit worried that my plan for installing these electric windows were not going to work, but it does and works perfectly. Unfortunately, I had to do some modifications here at the bottom because this window winding mechanism was a little bit too long, so I had to cut open this floor panel, but I'm just going to box it in at the bottom there, and also it's going to be on the inside of what's going to become the side panel. And I also need to fit or just fasten this guide to what's going to become the inside panel of this door. But guys, it's working beautifully. I had to move this passenger seat at the end of the day, but I'm just going to move it inwards a little bit, and I also had to remove the parking brake on the driver's side. I'm just going to move that also because the window mechanism moves inwards, because this glass isn't slanting inwards like it used to at the top, so it's more flat now, making the windshield want to slant inwards. So I'm just going to have to make this side panel go inwards a little bit, but that's not a problem. Now guys, now that I've come this far, it would only make sense to try and at least install one of these panels to the side here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trace off this profile and cut it into that fiberglass, and maybe even just cut an opening where the window, where the wheel wells are going to go, and then install it and see what it looks like. Sorry about that, guys, I get carried away from time to time. Okay, well, there we go, guys. I've once again done a thing. I've now installed these electric windows and they work absolutely perfectly. And I've also cut out the side panels and I've now temporarily put them in place. They're just hanging in position and I think it is looking very, very good. I'm gonna be just putting a beading over this part over here, maybe an aluminium beading or something, just to finish off where this steel, where the plate and the fiberglass meets, just to give it a nice finish that might also go all the way to the back of the motorhome. So I'm not so concerned about this line over here, But the thing that I did not have very much success with yet is over here, the gap that I've got at the back of this door. I was hoping that I would be able to maybe push this fiberglass into position and then glue it into position, but it is very, very strong, so it's not moving as much as I would like it to. So I'm probably gonna be finishing it off with, I don't know, maybe something like a plastic beading also here at the back, or just finish it off. It's just something that I need to figure out before I can finish up this part. I've also just temporarily cut a shape there at the top, but I'm probably going to be removing even more of the material because I want the front shape to be rounded so that it'll follow the shape of the windshield on the top to where the back is and where it is flat on the roof. But guys, this is more or less it. It is looking very, very pretty. I've also done the other side, and the next thing I can do now is I can glue this fiberglass panel onto the aluminium frame. And what I'm going to be using is this Sika Flex, and just apply a bead of that epoxy glue to the aluminium and then glue this fiberglass panel onto it, bonding them permanently and forever. But I just want to take a second to make sure that everything is square and perfect, and make sure that I'm not going to have to remove the side panel for any reason before I glue that onto the frame forever and ever. So guys, basically what I'm saying is that I'm done for now in today's video, and when I'm happy with everything, I'll glue it together, and I'm still waiting for the rest of the fiberglass to come, and hopefully we can do that next week and start installing or building the rest of the motorhome. But I really think that it is starting to look like business now. You can actually see the shape of the motorhome starting to take form, and just imagine how it's going to look going all the way to the back. She's going to be a big girl, but I think she's going to be pretty. Anyways guys, that's going to be it for this video. I will see you next week. Cheers!